Welcome to my video lecture based on thought answer type questions on traction. Basically, in my previous lecture, we have discussed various things of electrical traction system. Now, based on those lectures, basically different kinds of thought answer type questions are coming on those traction systems. So in this lecture, we will highlight about those matters and what are the important aspects and what are the important thought answer type questions are coming related to this topic that we will discuss in this lecture. So myself, Poonam Banerjee, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department, Dr. Sudhir Chandrapur Degree Engineering College. Today I will discuss this topic, that is based on traction system and the important short answer type questions related to it. So our first question is, what is meant by speed time curve? The curve drawn between speed and time, taking speed on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, is known as speed time curve. Second question, that is, define posting and braking. Posting means at the end of free running time, power supply is cut off and the train is allowed to run under its own momentum. The speed of train starts decreasing on account of resistance to the motion of the train. The rate of decrease of speed during posting period is known as posting retardation. This is very important question, that is posting retardation. Next part is braking. At the end of posting period, the brakes are applied to bring the train at rest. During this period, speed decreases rapidly and finally reduces to zero. So this is the braking. Next, what is the mean of crest speed? The maximum speed attained by the vehicle during the run is known as crest speed. Next, what is meant by scheduled speed of a train? The ratio of distance covered between two stops and total time of run, including the time of stop, is known as scheduled speed. Question 5. What are those factors which affect the average speed of the train? The average speed of a given train when running on a given service is affected by acceleration and retardation and crest. So next question, what are the factors which affect the scheduled speed of the train? These are very important questions. The scheduled speed of a train when running on a given service is affected by 0.1 acceleration and retardation, 0.2 maximum or crest speed, 0.3 time duration of stop. Next, how does increase in acceleration and braking retardation affect the scheduled speed of a train for a given run with fixed crest speed? Its answer will be, for a given run with fixed crest speed, the increase in acceleration will result in decrease in actual time run and therefore increase in scheduled speed. Similarly, increase in braking retardation will affect the scheduled speed. Here I have discussed 4 questions. First one is speed, then scheduled speed of a train, then what are the factors affected for average speed of train, then what are the factors affected scheduled speed of a train, and how does increase in acceleration and braking retardation affect the scheduled speed of a train for a given run with fixed crest speed. Those things I have discussed. Next, how does increasing crest speed affect the scheduled speed for a given run with fixed acceleration and retardation? For a given run with fixed acceleration and retardation, the actual time of run will decrease, and therefore the scheduled speed will decrease with increase in crest speed. This line is very important. Therefore, the schedule speed will increase with increasing test speed. Next question. How does increasing duration of stop affect the schedule speed? For a given average speed, the schedule speed will increase with decreasing duration of stop. Okay. Next, what do you mean by coefficient of adhesion? This is very important question. These questions are generally comes in exam. The coefficient of adhesion is defined as the ratio of the track to effort just necessary to slip the fills on track and adhesive weight. So remember, the coefficient of adhesion is defined as the ratio of track to effort just necessary to slip the wheels on track and adhesive weight. Okay. Next, how does the coefficient of adhesion vary with increase in speed? The coefficient of adhesion decreases with increase in speed. That means coefficient of adhesion basically decrease with increase in speed. When the speed increases, then the coefficient of adhesion definitely it will decrease. Okay. What is meant by the term specific energy consumption? Specific energy consumption is the total energy consumption of the train divided by the product of the weight of the train and the distance of run. Next question. What are those factors which affect the specific energy consumption of a train? The specific energy consumption of a train operating at a scheduled speed depends on 6 factors. First one, distance between the stops. Second, acceleration. Third, retardation. Fourth, crest speed. Fifth, nature of route. And sixth, the type of train equipment. Next question. How is the specific energy consumption is affected by variation of the distance between the stops? Greater the distance between the stops, lesser will be the specific energy consumption. Okay. When the distance increases, then the specific energy consumption will be definitely reduced. Okay. How does the value of acceleration and retardation affect the specific energy consumption for a given run at a given scheduled speed? For a given run at given scheduled speed, greater the value of acceleration and retardation, more will be the period of coasting, and therefore lesser the period during which the power is on, and therefore the specific energy consumption will be accordingly less. Okay. So remember, again I am telling you, for a given run at a given scheduled speed, greater the value of acceleration and retardation, more will be the period of coasting, and therefore lesser the period during which power is on, and therefore the specific energy consumption will be accordingly less. Next part. What is meant by the term adhesive weight? The total weight to be carried on the driving wheel is known as adhesive weight. So adhesive weight, basically the total weight to be carried on the driving wheels is known as the adhesive weight. So from first we have discussed what is peak time curve, then coasting and braking, then what is crest speed, scheduled speed of a train, what are the factors affect the average speed of the train, then what are the factors which affect the scheduled speed of the train, then how does increases acceleration and braking retardation affect the scheduled speed of a train. These things we have discussed. Then we have also discussed that how does increasing crest speed affect the scheduled speed for a given run with fixed acceleration and retardation. Then also we have talked about how does the increase in duration of stop affect the scheduled speed. Then the very important part, what do you mean by coefficient of adhesion? Next, how does the coefficient of adhesion vary with increase in speed? Next, what is the measure of term specific energy consumption? Next, what are those factors which affect the specific energy consumption of a train? And how is the specific energy consumption affected by variation in distance between stops? Next, how does the value of acceleration and retardation affect the specific energy consumption for a given run at a given reduced speed? Then what is meant by the term adhesive weight? These things we have discussed in this lecture, and from this topic we have just understood what are the important questions are related to the speed time curve, the time duration, and how these answers can be given on short answer type questions that are very much important here. And we will learn to how to give the answer related to tractive system. And in our previous lectures, we have learned how the speed time curve can be drawn, how these mathematical problems and all the equations, from those equations, how we can solve the problems, then mechanics of tractive effort, train movement, what are the parameters, how the numerical problems can be solved related to this, and various aspects of train tractive movement we have already discussed. In my next lecture, we will discuss about the train drives basically needed. For running a train, definitely DC motor, DC series motor is basically needed to run, and various other electrical machines are also needed. For substation, there will be transformers, there will be transmission line, there will be various drives should be connected, and those drives are very much needed to control the speed for braking operation. And there are different kinds of braking offered in train, like regenerative braking or any kind of direct braking is not possible, and various factors are there also for related to train tractive movement. So Indian Railway has to cover very cautiously while running the train on a track, and various factors like factors of gravity, factors of friction in wheels, and those things they need to consider. And up to this is much for today, and in my next lecture we will start with the train driving force, like train motors and motoring actions, and what kind of drives we are generally used for tractive systems, that we will discuss in my next lecture. So kindly concentrate on those short answer type questions for examination purposes. And I have followed the book of J.D. Gupta, Utilization of Electrical Power. You can also refer to different other books like other book of Utilization of Power, or you can go through any other books. There you can see different kinds of problems, different kinds of definitions, and the answers of short answer to questions are very much important for solution of examination purpose. So this lecture I have only discussed only for examination purposes only, and various important terms you can learn from this lecture. And thank you all for listening my lecture based on short answer type questions.